roads lead to California's most iconic battleground. From the shadows of the San Bernardino Mountains, Glen Helen Raceway is host to the season finale of AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt. For the first time since 2020, you will witness the best of the best in short course side-by-sides, buggies, and pro trucks. Those looking to align themselves with famed names who came before them, such as Kyle LeDuc, Carl Renazener, Rick Huseman, Rob McAkron, Jeremy McGrath, the list goes on. For the first time in history, the prestigious national championship bridges the beasts of the East, the best of the West, and the core regions to bring you the Glen Helen Off-Road National, where champions will be decided.
From San Bernardino, welcome to Glen Helen Raceway.
It's been a long time since the West Coast has had the big boys of the sport, the Pro 2s, the Pro 4s, all the pro divisions are here in San Bernardino, California for AMSOIL Championship Off-Road presented by Brunt.
Yeah, it's been 5 years since we've had a national short course series here at San Bernardino and Glen Helen. I think we're in for a real treat for these West Coast fans this weekend.
Let's check in with Haley Shanley. She's standing by with some of our drivers.
Well, Ricky G, I know you've been looking forward to this one. It's been circled on the calendar because your shop's just up the road. So just how strong are you feeling coming into the season finale?
We're feeling really good. I mean, like everyone says, we got the home turf advantage, so the track is so competitive. I mean, we got our work cut out for us, but I think we're feeling really confident coming into today's race to bring home a win.
We should always keep an eye on our points leader, Keegan Kincaid. He's coming off of a big weekend at Crandon a few weeks back. I think he's going to be strong this weekend, but don't forget Ryan Beat, who's chasing him down in the points.
He's going to take a bite out of this Pro 2 race if he can. He's the Yokohama top qualifier. And the Lucas Oil back Ford, that number 4, has had its ups and downs. I'm telling you, Bark River, he lawn darted that truck. They brought it back before the weekend was over, went all the way back to Crandon, got that truck started, fixed it up in days. That's why he's starting in the back. You don't want to take any chances.
Here we go, Brent. Round 15, Pro 2 underway here at Glen Helen.
750 plus horsepower laying it down, and it's your Route 14 winner taking the early lead.
Ricky Gutierrez out that early lead, and Ryan Beat having to fend off a hungry Trey Gibbs, who got a great start.
Yeah, Gibbs, we've been looking for him to bounce back and really start to work in the top 3.
Look at Bradley Morris go to the outside of Trey Gibbs. 2 California locals going at it. Former Glen Helen winners, they're back, they want more.
Boy, Shane and I were talking about Bradley Morris coming into this weekend. He's one to watch. You and I were talking about Trey Gibbs. He needs one right now late in this season.
Yeah, Trey Gibbs is my dark horse pick yesterday. He didn't quite pull it off, but up front and strong early on this one. You never know.
Oh,
he gets in Ryan Beat.
Yeah, I told you. I'll say it once again. You can't hold back now. It's all going forward with 10 minutes to go. It's early.
And I'll tell you what, Ryan Beat really needs to go get to Ricky Gutierrez's back bumper and get away from these guys. The last thing Ryan Beat needs is any contact right now.
Oh, Ronnie Anderson out of this big race shootout. Heavy damage on the left front. You can see major caster camber going on as you see that excess fuel coming out of Ryan Beat.
And Bradley Morris with a block pass on Trey Gibbs. Gibbs didn't make it out of that corner. He's going to fall back. He's back with Rosales in 6th now.
Boy, Jacob Rosales in that number 31. Been getting a lot of help from Mike Vandenheuvel trying to dial in that truck, as well as Sean Morris getting him fast. Crandon, he looks so bad to the bone. He got 2 second place finishes, and now look at Gibbs, slide job.
Yeah, you referenced Jacob Rosales, a 3-2-1 weekend at Crandon. A 3rd, a 2nd, he was the top finishing Pro 2 in the biggest cup race in the sport.
Man, it's gonna get good. Look at, we already got fiberglass fireworks going on. That is fiberglass. It's replaceable. It's when the frame starts to come apart. That's when we start to worry, I promise.
Yeah, and we see Trey Gibbs there. Trey from just down the road in Marietta, California. He's won here in Mod Kart. He's won here in Pro Buggy. He wants to add Pro 2 to the list of places he's won, or fastest he's won here at Glen Helen.
Yeah, he's in the right place at the right time. Remember, we have that halfway point. We're starting to click off some numbers on our time clock. They'll re-rack, restack this field, but right now, look at Ricky G. He brought that right off the showroom floor. There's not an ounce of dirt on the front of that truck.
Yeah, they didn't have to clean it much from yesterday, but I'll tell you what, Ryan Beat a couple laps ago laid down the fastest lap of the race. He is reeling in Ricky Gutierrez, and he needs to do that. Ryan Beat, in order to win this championship, he needs every point he can get, which means he needs to get up front and lead this race halfway if he wants to have a shot at it.
Absolutely, Nolan. Ryan Beat just ran a 49.414 last time by. That is flat out flying here in Glen Helen.
All these trucks are absolutely flying. It looked like that time Ricky might have stretched it out a little bit, but Ryan not going to go away fast. And I'll tell you what, we look back there, Johnny Holcher and Bradley Morris starting to throw down a little bit as well for third.
Oh yeah, you got to remember Johnny Holcher in that Yokohama Tires Ford. He knows how to get the job done. That truck is a dinosaur. It's been around a long, long time. He's just trying to figure it out right now.
As we take a look back up front, Ricky Gutierrez still leading the way around. Ricky was so pumped up yesterday after getting a win at his home track. We know how badly he wants to throw down and double down and sweep this weekend.
Man, the track is getting all torn up. You see, they're pushing through like a snowplow. You got to get in there, maybe get the handbrake to help you out, rotate that truck, and look at him landing down the back end first, Bradley Morris.
Johnny Holcher finished third in Pro Light a couple of races ago, your 2025 Pro Light champion. He wants to keep him moving forward in this Pro 2, and he's putting a lot of pressure on a former winner in Bradley Morris.
Yeah, he asked the crowd, what do you think if I go Pro 4 racing once again? So he's got a little trick up his sleeve. He's gonna try everything here. Round 15, the bent side just barely hanging on.
Yeah, John talked about wanting to go back Pro 4 racing. He's battled with another former Pro 4 racer himself, Bradley Morris. A lot of great runs in the Premier Division out west here many, many years ago. Back here now in a Pro 2 battling with Johnny Holcher.
Bradley Morris backing it in like a Pro 4, just carrying his speed, going over that little finger jump. There's our leaders, Ricky Gutierrez, Ryan Beat. Man, oh man, look at that suspension, just suck that up when they land. There's 18 inches of travel in the front, 20 inches in the rear, so I'm telling you, it's like you land on a couch.
Yeah, I mean, and that's quite an adjustment from Johnny, who we saw in the Pro Light earlier. Those things do not land like couches. Pro 2 does, so obviously he's going to be much more comfortable in this one, but it is quite a bit of an adjustment bouncing from one to the other.
Yeah, and you got to adapt. We said it all weekend long. If you want to be a great race car driver, you got to be able to jump in just about anything and just figure it out as quick as possible. The green flag still out this time by.
Yeah, and we're looking at two guys that have jumped in a lot of that stuff. Bradley Morris back in the day did all kinds of different racing. Dirt oval stuff, asphalt oval stuff. Same story with Johnny Holcher. These are two guys that are well versed in different disciplines of racing.
Man, I love to hear your news and notes, Nolan. Just getting so deep into our future. It's going to look so bright. Reminiscent about the past, I'm telling you. Bradley Morris in that 24 trying to hunt down our leaders, and I can promise you, that clock is just right where it needs to be. That halfway point's coming out. It's going to be anybody's game, but you see Keegan Kincaid in that number 4. We haven't looked at him much this race because he fell back to the back of the pack, making sure that he stayed out of trouble.
Yeah, that's by design. He just wants to get this thing there. I was talking to his crew earlier today. They know what they need to do. They're going to go out and do it. They don't want to take any unnecessary risks.
Yes, well, exactly that. That is the hand that Keegan Kincaid has to play right now. He has to finish 12th or better. No matter where Ryan Beat finishes, 12th or better, Keegan Kincaid locks up another Pro 2 championship. So he's going to just try and stay away from the other trucks if at all possible. So watch him go to work here. But yeah, like you guys said, if we haven't seen a lot of him, we haven't talked about him, that's all by design from the number 4 team.
We'll be back with the conclusion of Pro 2 right after this.
AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, presented by Brunt, is brought to you by AMSOIL. Protection you demand, performance you deserve. By Polaris. By Brunt, the hardest working brand in workwear. And by Yokohama.
Well, here we go, Glen Helen. San Bernardino, California. Yeah, it's great to have Ken Roxon.
Man, Ken's holding his own against some really fast guys out there.
It's a joy being here. We get to show you the best in the business. They're about to take the green flag. Here we go.
Ricky G fires under the Amsoil finish line and off into turn one. He's got Ryan Beat on his back bumper. Ryan gets crossed up. Bradley Morris to the inside in turn two.
Morris now goes to the inside. Beat getting that preferred line, grabbing that grip on the outside, and look at him dancing through that rhythm section.
We've seen Bradley Morris run a part-time schedule this year, and he throws down aggressively every time he's on the track. He doesn't care that Ryan Beat needs to win this race to win the championship. Bradley wants to win himself.
Yeah, you're in the field. Look at Morris crossing over. He's trying to complete the slide job. Can he get it done? He does.
What a great move from Bradley Morris. He landed that truck dead sideways and pulled a huge slide job on Ryan Beat.
Oh man, the goosebumps on my arm, Nolan, just keep getting bigger and better. I'm telling you, this isn't over yet. These guys are going through this track and just digging down to that hard-packed surface.
Bradley Morris has got his sights set now on Ricky Gutierrez out front. Bradley Morris looking for his first win in many years here in a Pro 2, and he looks awful fast.
Bradley Morris is the man on the move right now. There's Ricky G. Watch Morris bonsai landing it down on the back end once again.
He's throwing down for all he's worth. That Keith Stamper built chassis is taking every hit he throws at it. He's getting all he can out of it.
See a glimpse of Keegan Kincaid off to the back, doing what he needs to do still late in this race. Let's look at them all just bonsaiing into that 180.
Now Johnny Holger looks like he's getting a run on Ryan Beat.
Boy, we've seen Bradley Morris really showing a lot of speed earlier in the year when he just showed up a couple times. There's Johnny Holger, one of the young guns, trying to hunt down Ryan Beat. There's that 44 Yokohama Tires ride.
Yeah, Johnny Holger doing all he can to put this Pro 2 on the box to finish the season, but he's got to pass a really strong Ryan Beat in order to do it.
Man, all these trucks are so strong. If we look down our list, they're all in the 52nd lap time, so it is unbelievable to watch. They're all within a second of each other.
Such a tightly packed field, so many talented drivers, and man, that's three of the best there are right up front right now. Ricky Gutierrez, Bradley Morris, and Ryan Beat. It's still anybody's race, and Johnny Holter is going to keep him honest as well.
Man, did you see that rock that went into about that 2-3 foot hole? It seems like all the rocks have grown throughout this weekend.
I'll tell you what else I just took a peek at there happening behind him. Kyle Greaves put a big slide job move on Trey Gibbs to go into the top 5. Kyle's been on the move the last few laps.
Man, let's talk about Ricky G as we look at Ryan Beat and Johnny Holter. Ricky G has just been so dominant from qualifying and practice, laying it down here on the West Coast, and Johnny Holter over-rotating just a little bit.
Kyle Greaves did the exact same thing. Instead of being able to capitalize on John's mistake, he duplicated it, wasn't able to seal the deal.
Kyle Greaves carrying both American flags on top of his truck. As Bradley Morris in that 24, we'll see if he has anything. Going right through that hole, he wants to feel it. It didn't do anything, it didn't upset the truck. Sometimes you gotta just feel it out. I learned that from Kyle Duke. Sometimes you just gotta search. Maybe it looks worse than it really is.
What a testament it is. Oh, and then Trey Gibbs off the track. Tough break for him. Looks like a right rear shredded on the 5 truck.
That bad luck just keeps continuing for Trey Gibbs. Man, had a chance to talk with him a lot this season. He's just like, Brent, I just keep on trying. We're just throwing everything at it. At Bark River, he was testing. They thought the motor went away. They had a radiator cap that was the problem. So they had to go back to work, figure it out, and now he's just one of the fast ones again.
Speaking of fast, Ricky Gutierrez still just leading the way here. What a testament it is to how fast Ricky Gutierrez is that he's pulling away from Bradley Morris. How strong did Bradley Morris look on that restart to fly into second place just to get pulled away from by Ricky G? That 78 truck is as fast as they come.
Well, we're getting some more notes from our buddy Shane Stetsny. He said, with Anderson out, Keegan Kincaid has clinched the 2025 Pro 2 Championship.
Yeah, there's been enough attrition now. Keegan can't fall back as far as would be necessary. He's actually gained a few spots anyways. The speed has fallen back, so the Kincaid team did the right thing falling back. They know how to win championships. Obviously, his father Jeff, a 7-time Pro Light champion. Keegan, a Pro Light championship and a pair of Pro 2 titles as well. And he's going to make it 3-time Pro 2 champion here as time expires in 2 laps. Keegan Kincaid is going to be a 3-time Pro 2 champ.
Yeah, We are on the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. I can't say enough about Ricky G. I'm telling you, he is getting the job done once again. We had him up in the booth here earlier today. He was just smiling. He's like, hey, if I win, you better come and hang out, he said.
Yeah, there is going to be a party in the Ricky G Racing tent here after racing's done. He's going to be so pumped to sweep the weekend. He's got one more corner to go.
Well, you remember the thriller Wyatt Miller said, we're going to sing karaoke after this is all done. Well, guess what? The singing is about to start. Ricky G dominated.
Ryan Beat comes across second, a strong run. Keegan Kincaid from Argonne, Wisconsin is now a 3-time and 2025 Pro 2 champion.
Keegan, how much more meaningful is this championship compared to those of the past?
I mean, this is by far the most meaningful trophy that I've got. And it's not just this one race, you know, that team behind me, my family. You know, I got to thank God for keeping us safe. You know, all these amazing fans, like, to come home with this championship after the adversity after Bark River. It's been a long season, and my team never gave up on me.
Congratulations, the celebration. I want to know, as you're crossing that finish line, what were the emotions?
Oh man, dude, we're just ecstatic. I mean, we're so stoked. Like I said yesterday, man, this is my home track. I got my family, my friends. This is a great event, guys. This is awesome. Let's do it, man.
Ricky G, your voice is a little bit hoarse. Do you still have more in the tank for karaoke tonight? What time is it?
Oh, dude, it's karaoke time and tequila, baby. Let's go. Party at the Ricky G pit.
You heard him. Whoa, champagne shower. Congratulations, Ricky G on a weekend sweep. Keegan Kincaid on his 3rd championship, and Ryan Beat for bringing it all the way down to the end. When we return to the desert, a showdown in Pro Spec, as Wyatt, the Thriller, Miller, and Chris Vanden Elzen race for a championship. One of the most colorful teams on the Champ Off-Road Series is Vanden Elzen Racing.
What's up, guys? Chris Vanden Elzen here, the driver of the number 66 Pro Spec truck. The reason that I chose to drive Pro Spec is because we all have to run the same sealed V6 engine as well as the same 4-speed transmission.
Hi, I'm Amanda Vanden Elzen, and once a year I drive the 1111 Volkswagen Beetle. If you have to ask why I want to take this off of jumps, you're watching the wrong sport.
This is my dad, Dave. Dad, how long have you been racing?
Since 1977.
Since 1977, all right.
It's clear that the family that races together stays together.
Well, next up is Pro Spec, Nolan. This is coming down right to the end of the season. Wyatt Miller, Chris Vanden Elzen.
Wyatt, a young gun from a dirt oval background. Chris, kind of an off-road veteran with some asphalt drift experience. This is going to be good.
Pro Spec underway. Here we go.
Nick Visser gets a great early jump. He's going to be able to slide job Chris Vanden Elzen for the lead. Not what Chris wanted. Now Dylan Parsons to his inside as well.
Man, how many friends do you have on this last round of racing, right? You're like, I should have took Parsons to dinner. Let me get around him early.
Chris not going down without a fight, though. He's back. Oh, he fell back in line. He was side by side with Dylan, but now the Thriller Wyatt Miller looking to go around the outside of Chris Vanden Elzen.
Yeah, he knows what color Wyatt Miller's truck is. He's going to try to stay in front of him. They're going to be side by side. There goes the Brass Pro Shops ride down to the inside, and man, hard on the binders.
Yeah, and he's able to make the move on Chris, and now looking to make a move on Dylan Parsons as well.
Who's going to finish where and where you need to be? I mean, you know Wyatt Miller, he wants to win. Chris Vanden Elzen, he knows he has to win. He wants to win, but you got to get around him first.
He doesn't need to do anything more right now. It's getting intense
Like
in
right
that one section, though. Yeah, he backed out of that. He knows he doesn't need to do any of this right now. He's going to make a slide job move into second anyway, though.
Yeah, that was a perfect slide job by the young gun. That Chevrolet just powering away. Seasoned, man. The confidence him and his team have. They're trying everything to be bigger and better. Oh, he gets pinched off.
Yeah, contact over the finish line, jump going into turn one. He makes the move on the outside. That's a power move, Brent.
Hey, Nolan, he's like, I'm going to commit. Once you commit, you got to stick with it. And look at that. Something broke on Parsons.
Yeah, and there we see Dylan Parsons. That's a tough way to end his season. He's been out here for a while now, did a lot of testing, helped honestly with the guys designing the track, and it's a real bummer for it to end that way. Yeah, and that's going to add another element to this, right? Because with Wyatt Miller running in second place right now, that's an additional bonus point, so that changes our scenarios once again as we get to that halfway caution. Leading at the halfway is 2 points for Visser. Second is 1 point for Wyatt Miller.
It's Visser, Wyatt Miller, Chris Van den Elzen, Avery Hemmer, your top 4.
Let's see if Chris can make a move on Wyatt right away here on the restart. He's going to need to if he wants to get this thing. We'll see what he's got, but Wyatt looked awful fast. I'm interested to see if he's got anything for Visser right away in the restart.
I think you might see a different Chris Van den Elzen in the second half. He knows he has to let it all hang out. He has to go. There's 4.5 minutes, but you got to pass Wyatt Miller first. Man, it's just getting really, really tight for Van den Elzen late.
Yeah, he's going to need him. Oh, he goes on the bike. He goes over. Hey,
Van den Elzen.
I'll tell you what, though. That's the way it's got to go down, right? You got to drive it as hard as you can to try and get this thing done. If that's what happens, that happens. Chris gave it all he had. He won't have to wonder all winter if I could have done this, if I could have done this. Coming through the final turn here. Nick Visser is going to get a win all the way out here from Wisconsin, gets the win in California. But the story is going to be our second place finisher. His grandfather, a 7-time NASCAR Cup Series champion. His uncle, a 2-time Xfinity champion. His father, a NASCAR Modified champion. Wyatt Miller is a Champ Off-Road Pro Spec champion.
Do you have plans to celebrate? How will you be celebrating this championship?
Karaoke at Ricky G's.
Karaoke at Ricky G's. We'll see you there. Guys, make some noise. That is your champion, Wyatt Miller. Congrats to Stetson Wyman, our Yokohama hard charger, who has a special thanks and a shout out.
Here is your belt. It is a little bit on the heavier side, so wear it with pride. But would you like to thank anyone for your success here today?
My dad, my mom, and my family, and Kyle Duke.
AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, presented by Brunt, is brought to you by AMSOIL. Protection you demand, performance you deserve. By Polaris. By Brunt, the hardest working brand in workwear. And by Yokohama. This is the pinnacle of side-by-side racing. AMSOIL Pro Side-by-Side brings the heat with top-tier talent, factory-backed machines, and unbridled action at every corner. Designed by leading engineers, turbocharged, ready to launch. These compact rockets explode off the line and never let up.
So many fast drivers in the Pro Side-by-Side field, Brent. One of the most stacked classes we have. Champions like CJ Greaves, Ronnie Anderson, both the Van Epperens. I think it could get chaotic out there. And there we take a look at our Yokohama top qualifier for this one, Jeb Boodle.
Check it out, AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, presented by Brunt. The green flag flies. We're underway, already some contact.
Yeah, Krajicek threw a door at Ronnie Anderson right away, and it opened up the door for CJ on the bottom to maybe sneak by into second.
Max Gordon going through some of the holes back there, trying to hunt down this pack of dogs.
CJ got a really good run through that rhythm section. He wanted to try and cross over Krajicek, but Ronnie Anderson filled the gap, and he takes over the race lead.
Yeah, we'll see what shakes out here. About 9 minutes to go. It's early if you're just tuning in on Flow. We still have a lot of racing left to go.
Oh, Jeff Boodle's off the pace. Tough break, our fast qualifier for this one. That's a tough way to end the season. I'll tell you what, Rodney Van Eperen, he's got a hot rod today. He's looking to get around Krajicek. We talk a lot about Rodney Van Eperen. He's been around a really long time. Oh, as he goes over big time.
He's been around a long time and went upside down, and you see that overflow.
He didn't miss a beat.
Yeah, you see, look at that's fuel overflow. You got to run a breather on the back of that, and you hope you have that loop right, because that's when it'll pour all your fuel, but he went over so fast.
Multi-time champion CJ Greaves starting to hunt him down right now.
Oh yeah, about a lap ago, you didn't even see CJ in our camera. Now, he's starting to pick apart the track, and if anyone can do it, it's CJ Greaves, 30 years old.
Official. We've been talking about all weekend long and all again tonight. Owen Van Eperen has solidified that AMSOIL Pro Side-by-Side Championship. He told me that this one is a little bit more meaningful. It was harder to earn, just following the journey that the racing has had in store for him in 2025 for this class. And
big restart from CJ Greaves, able to stay buttoned up right to the back bumper of Ronnie Anderson. He's going to be able to take a look to the inside in turn two. Greaves, Anderson.
Here goes CJ Greaves to that outside once again. Greaves is definitely trying to pick apart Ronnie Anderson. Diesel Dave, I'm telling you, unbelievable what is going on this weekend. We just can't thank you enough for checking out our favorite sport.
I can't believe you guys let me sneak in the booth.
Oh, we have to. Look at this battle going on. Owen Van Eperen now down pit lane. This is not where you want to be, Dave.
No. I wouldn't mind being there.
See it right rear flat on Owen Van Eperen's car. That's a tough way to end a championship season. Good thing he locked it up when he took the green flag and doesn't have to worry about it, but
that was his hometown crowd.
Incredible. Yeah, absolutely great. He's racing for the hometown fans right now.
And on the right side of our screen, we see Chase Carr able to cross over Colton Krajicek and move into third.
Well, I don't know. This is where it gets tricky. You got to just keep crisscrossing over. You can't run the same line if you want to make a pass.
Let's see if he's got the Joy Machosic move we saw one race ago in Pro Light. I don't think it's going to happen, Brent. He's going to bring it home.
Little too late. Get the job done. Your hometown boy, Ronnie Anderson.
What a day it's been for Owen Van Eperen as well, picking up a second championship today. He's down there to accept the trophy with Haley Shanley.
I remember joking with my buddies in the spring saying I'm going to win both these championships this year, you know, and I guess that joke turned into reality. So dream come true, you know, ever since I watched my dad win Pro Turbo championships, it's been a dream of mine to do this. And yeah, my dad finished third in championships, so you can't ask for much better.
Strap in as the biggest and baddest in off-road. The Pro 4 class gets ready to get it on at this legendary West Coast track.
Well, Nolan, now the big boys of the sport are up next. This is what we all came here to see. It's under the lights. The exhaust is unreal to watch that flame come out. I'm telling you, this is why we're here.
First time in 6 years that Pro 4s have raced here at Glen Helen Raceway. Who knows who's going to win? None of these guys were in the field very much back then. We got fast guys like Jimmy Henderson, RJ Anderson, who's won here before, and you can never count out the 9-time champ CJ Greaves.
We look at a Yokohama top qualifier. It's the 44 United Rentals ride of Jimmy Henderson. He's been bad fast all weekend long. He's ready to let it all hang out here in round 15. This is it, the final race of the season. It is Mickey Thomas, Jimmy Henderson, here we go.
Big jump from Mickey Thomas. He's able to slide in front of Jimmy Henderson. RJ Anderson lands hard on the front. Jimmy pushes Mickey wide and takes the lead.
Man, he opened up the door way too early. Henderson, he's got that clean air now going through that rhythm section. Everyone getting through there very clean.
We see the smoke out of RJ Anderson in third place. We were talking earlier, that truck was smoking at the end of yesterday's race. It was smoking earlier in practice. I can't figure out what it is. I don't know if the team can either, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked on a lot of trucks in my past, and I still can't dissect what's going on. I thought it might have been an axle sear or something yesterday, but it definitely is coming out of the rear of that truck. But I don't think no harm, no foul. That NOS energy drink ride, he wants to win.
It's been doing it since last night, and it's still running, so I guess it's going to keep running, but
like Shane says, when the smoke starts to disappear, that's when you start to worry.
Yeah, whatever was leaking, you're out of it when the smoke disappears. But RJ Anderson's still singing on all 8 right now, as there goes the champ to work. He took the green, he wins the championship. Here comes CJ Greaves making a pass on Adrian Cheney through the infield.
The 30-year-old trying to crisscross the wild man. Here he goes. Nice, he didn't even touch Adrian Cheney.
Great move, and that's how you become a 10-time Pro 4 champion, is being able to make moves like that. He's up to 4th. He's got his sights set now on Jimmy Henderson, Mickey Thomas, and RJ Anderson.
Man, you know it best. CJ Greaves, he's so methodical. He's probably one of the best in the business to pick apart a track throughout the race. It's early yet. We have over 9 minutes to go as we go by what will be our finish line.
And I think that's what made it tough yesterday for CJ to just ride around and try and get the points. This is CJ's style track with his motocross background, the way it falls apart. This is right up his alley, and I think he's about to take advantage of it.
Jimmy Henderson, there he is in that 44 United Rentals ride. Max's tires on board. Rosie, she wants him to get the job done here on round 15.
Man, that would just make Rosie's day. We saw her in tears down at the podium after Keegan Kincaid just picked up that Pro 2 championship. She's got 2 trucks up front right now, the 44 and the 88.
And we showed Mickey Thomas throughout this season, showed a lot of speed, and I think he's found it back right now. He's trying to dig up front. Maybe a little smoke coming out of that left front.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that. But like you said, rookie season for Mickey here in the Pro 4. It's a big learning curve to go from Pro 2 to Pro 4. We've seen a lot of guys do it. It takes a little bit. But that's actually the truck that Jimmy Henderson first campaigned when he debuted in Pro 4. As we take a look back, CJ Greaves goes to the inside of RJ Anderson now, looking to move into a podium spot.
Yeah, Greaves now starting to put the pressure on your hometown boy from Riverside, California. That NOS energy drink riding that 37. It's not going to be easy to fend off, but remember, RJ Anderson, he won it all at Crandon at the end of the weekend. He knows how to get it done.
Not just there, RJ Anderson has won at this racetrack in Pro Light, Pro 2, and Pro 4. The guy is bad fast here no matter what he sits in, but he's got a rear view mirror full of the 33.
Yeah, CJ Greaves now digging really deep. More puffs of smoke coming out of the back of RJ Anderson. Watch Greaves right here. I think he's going to get really aggressive. He's going to want to try to run it up top, up on the berm, and cross right over on the bottom.
Yeah, he tried to park it on the bottom. RJ got that better run, though, out of the top. We'll see as they go through the rhythm section into the right-hander if CJ's got anything up his sleeve or if he's content right now, just hanging out.
Well, I don't know how content he can be right now. He knows that he has that halfway. We know that. But RJ's truck just keeps on breathing out that smoke a little bit more each and every time.
RJ's starting to close the gap to Mickey Thomas as well for that 2 spot. All that means is Jimmy Henderson is stretching out that lead, and the 44 truck is flying out front. I see that smoke now you mentioned, Brent, on the 88 truck.
Yeah, I've been kind of babysitting it as we go back up front. Henderson in the 44. Man, Trad and the guys have put together a package here in Glen Helen. As here comes RJ Anderson now, just reeling in second place of Mickey Thomas in that 88. That Mystic Lube ride.
Yeah, he's really starting to close the gap to Mickey. You got to wonder, Brent, Mickey's starting to slow down just a little bit. RJ's starting to catch up to him. You wonder if that's correlation or just coincidence with that smoke on Mickey's truck, if there's anything that's hampering him at all.
Yeah, I don't think nothing's really causing any havoc right now. We'll see at the mandatory, but it's so nice with that mandatory. You get a chance to let that car cool down just a little bit.
RJ Anderson got crossed up a little bit in that sand section. This is where we saw that sand section get really torn up and really start to change things yesterday. Once the Pro 4s had a few laps on it, that thing got rough.
Oh, absolutely, as they go through that double section. Oh, man, RJ Anderson just nosing in the front bumper.
He is driving that thing hard as he possibly can right now, and it's paying off. He's really gained on Mickey Thomas. He's put some separation between himself and CJ Greaves as well.
Man, it's got to be so hard to see with that roost coming right through the cab of the truck. You see Henderson, the excess fuel just dumping out the top as here comes RJ Anderson one more time. Can he get by Mickey Thomas?
Mickey able to check, move out just a little bit farther as they go into that sand section, but Anderson not going to let him get away.
We'll take a look at some of these lap times going on right now. Jimmy Henderson, the fastest one on the track with almost a 47-second flat lap time that last time by.
RJ rotates the inside of Mickey again in turn 2. Not able to get the job done, but I think he's faster than Mickey right now. Oh, we see Adrian get on the bike in the back.
The wild man getting a little wild going through that section. There's RJ Anderson. They're gaining on our leader a little by little.
Yeah, these guys are pushing each other to go faster. There was that spot that RJ rolled yesterday in qualifying. He didn't let that deter him. He's still driving it really hard into that corner.
All those trucks really hard on the loud pedal late in this race. 4:45 that last time by. And remember, that halfway is just about to come out, and there it is.
Yeah, Jimmy Henderson just keeping it rolling, man. He was dominant yesterday, super fast, and a dominant first half here again in this one as well.
Boy, oh boy, Jimmy Henderson, he's shown up to play this weekend. We'll be back with the conclusion of Pro 4 right after this.
AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, presented by Brunt, is brought to you by AMSOIL. Protection you demand, performance you deserve. By Polaris. By Brunt, the hardest working brand in workwear. and by Yokohama.
We're ready to get the second half underway. Here we go.
Yeah, and like Haley mentioned, Jimmy inherited a lot of those Kyle and Duke fans, and I think these West Coast guys will recognize that truck looks a whole lot like Kyle's, but they also recognize RJ Anderson, who's trying to make a move on Mickey Thomas for second.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to go against your hometown boy. RJ Anderson just jumping in and out of that rhythm section with a pack of dogs behind him.
Yeah, look, and Mickey goes to the inside of Jimmy at the same time RJ was trying to pass him. There's a lot going on at the front of the field.
Well, it's a smoke show if you're behind RJ Anderson. You got to try to stay out of everything. Oh, what a muscle move on Mickey Thomas. There goes RJ, and man, I think Mickey's broke.
Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with Mickey's truck. It's hard to say if it happened before the contact or if the contact caused it. Hard to see what was going on there, but
yeah, the right rear, something's gone on. Maybe the suspension from that contact. There's CJ Greaves just bonsaiing through that section once again. Look at, he's riding it like a motocross bike right up on that berm.
It's interesting, Brent, watch the difference in lines. RJ Anderson rotating the truck a lot more, kind of a Kyle and Duke, Scott Douglas style line. CJ driving it through the corners more like Rob McCaffrey would.
Well, let's take another look at what had happened to Mickey Thomas. I don't know, they just made that contact and maybe had some issues before that.
Yeah, it's so hard to tell. Oh, he's got a right rear flat, That's what it was. And that obviously it's on the opposite side of the contact, so nothing RJ did there. An aggressive pass, but that's not what caused Mickey to pull off the track.
Well, that's good to hear. We didn't want to make that call from up here in the booth. There's CJ Greaves, that Monster Energy back Toyota just singing through this tough layout.
I'll tell you what, Jimmy Henderson's lead is not extending like it was in the first half. RJ Anderson and CJ Greaves are pushing the issue right here. As CJ's taking a look to the inside of RJ.
Yeah, there's CJ running about 2 lines off on that bottom side, just searching for grip. These Pro 4s really dig up this soil. There's Jimmy Henderson. You see him really give up a little bit on the exit to square that truck away.
Yeah, Jimmy definitely not pulling away from these guys like he did in the first half. Look at the different lines we're seeing from these guys, Brent. We talked about that a couple minutes ago. All 3 of these drivers doing something different in the corners.
Yeah, every truck works just a little bit different. It's up to you to adapt to that truck. As the race progresses, there's the United Rentals ride of Henderson. Those Maxxis tires trying to dig deep. It's a tire war. The BFGs are on RJ Anderson. The Toyos are on CJ Greaves.
Look at the way RJ sideloads that truck and pitches it into the corners. He's gonna do it again right here, watch this. This is where it bit him in qualifying, right here. He throws it so hard off that jump, lands it sideways into the corner, able to make it work that time.
Yeah, he has to go easy, but yet put on the pressure to Jimmy Henderson. You see that excess fuel, I'll talk about it all night long. Just dipping in and out of the throttle, gonna click off another lap with under a minute to go, and there's the Wild Man. There's stuff dripping underneath that ride.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Definitely see some fluid leaking out of the 11. Bummer deal for Adrian. He was super excited to be back here on the West Coast, but man, look up front.
Henderson made a little mistake. It's not a big mistake, but you can't afford to do that.
And time is running out here. RJ is gonna be going here soon. He rotates so much harder into these corners than Jimmy, they make contact.
RJ Anderson, watch for this crossover here. As he's gonna try to, boy, they all checked up right here. It's that local caution of Cheney. Now, wide open again. Here we go. They make some contact.
And a great job by Jimmy to set a safe pace through there, but man, he's got some hungry dogs coming up behind him. We got to keep an eye on the time clock here. It's going to be close to the line.
I don't know. It's at 5 seconds. Can Henderson get by before it clicks to 0? He does. 2 laps ago, that time by. Just barely getting by.
They're going to get the white flag the next time. And here goes CJ Greaves now. Gets into the back of RJ Anderson. It's a 3-truck battle for the win.
Yeah, CJ Greaves going to try to put on the pressure. He knows the white flag's coming out. RJ, he's in a little pickle right now. He can't go too fast, he can't go too slow, and get slapped on the back.
Yeah, that's not a great position you want to be in. You want to be able to attack Jimmy, but you can't open a door for CJ. Goes to the bottom.
Listen to this crowd, get on their feet. The final laps are here in Glen Helen. But San Bernardino, California, Jimmy Henderson is about to take the white flag.
Let them hear you, San Bernardino. They're going to leave it all on the line for you in this last lap.
Watch this battle right here. RJ Anderson, he's going to bonsai this whole section. He wants to get to the back bumper, so does CJ Graves.
CJ goes to the outside. Anderson rotates down low. Is he going to get a run off the top through the rhythm section?
CJ looked to have that little bit of a drive extra on RJ Anderson. RJ Anderson goes to the inside. They're door to door.
They make a little bit of contact. Jimmy able to hold on for now. Let's see what Anderson throws at him in the left-hander. Back to the inside. More contact.
Boy, Anderson gives him a big kiss on the back bedside. He wants them to know that he's right there.
One turn remaining.
Who's going to get the job done? It's the United Rentals ride of Jimmy Henderson. CJ Green still trying to go for second.
Jimmy Henderson sweeps the weekend at Glen Helen to finish the season.
Man, oh man, Jimmy Henderson, as the crowd just erupts for the top three in the Pro 4 division. Glen Helen, how did you like that Pro 4 race?
On behalf of everyone from Champ Off-Road, congratulations on your 2025 Pro 4 Championship, bud.
Glen Helen, let him hear you, his 10th Pro 4 Championship. CJ, wow, the way you got this done, and you need to start the race today, but how about some fireworks to conclude the season and your championship?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, today we knew that we just had to take the green and then we could go race. So we got through lap one and then kind of hung out in the first bit of the first half there and settled in, and we knew the second half it was going to be game on. So we ended up getting by Mickey right away, me and RJ, and reeled in Jimmy, and then it was just a game of cat and mouse. It's really hard to pass, and we were all trying top, bottom, anywhere Jimmy wasn't. Basically, me and RJ were trying to split him and get around him, but ultimately it put on a killer show for these guys, and I'm glad all these fans came out here. This place was sold out, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the show there, and really just can't thank my crew. They worked their butts off. Devin, Brad, all my family, my friends back home, thank you guys. All my sponsors, Monster Energy, Toyota, TRD, all the engine guys out there, thank you. Impact Safety, Rugged Radios, Fox Shocks, Toyo Tires, we're hooking up all year. Everyone that supports us, thank you guys, and I'm glad to be back here in California and take number 10 on the championship. So hopefully we can hold on to that for a while and maybe add to it, and maybe it'll never get broke. But we're ready to keep digging and see what next year brings. So thank you guys for coming out, and we'll be back.
Jimmy, that's a weekend sweep. What is this? What are you taking into this off season after such a brilliant bow tie to 2025?
Yeah, I mean, thank you for this awesome crowd in California. You know, we didn't know what to expect coming here, and look at all these fans. It's amazing. But yeah, to finish the season with 5 out of 6 wins, you know, that's a really good run. 7 wins on the year. It's the most we've ever had. So, you know, now we need to go back, get the truck right, keep testing, keep practicing, keep training, and let's get ready to chase a red plate next year. Let's get ready for 2026.
Champagne, because cheers to you, Jimmy Sanderson, your winner in the weekend sweep. Jimmy Henderson, RJ Anderson, and CJ Greaves, your top 3 for Pro 4 in your season finale. Congratulations to all our champions this season. And shout out to this weekend's Brunt Fastest Lap winners. For Shane Stetsny, Brent Smith, and Nolan Castellian, this is Haley Shanley. Thanks for watching AMSOIL Championship Off-Road, presented by Brunt on Fox Sports.
RJ Anderson goes to the inside, they're door to door. Look at Morris crossing over. He's trying to complete the slide job. Can he get it done? He does.
Brent, do you think he's going to try and throw a fender at him in one of these last couple corners?
Yeah, it's Johnny Holger. He knows. He let it all hang out on the table. Slide job for Holger.
Joey got right back to the back bumper. He couldn't cross over. Let's see if he's going to throw something at him in the last turn.
Oh, yeah. Joey Machosik bonsais that jump. He plugs off.
Yeah! Whacker getting his invert on. Yeah, with that X Games whip.
Yeah, Benanti going to the inside, trying to do the slide job, moving him up onto